Welcome back to another episode of Talkin Two Missy and
Ready.
And today, what are we talking about?
Today, we're talking about taking care of your emotional state.
Taking care. How important is it to take care of your emotional state?
It's very important, right?
I mean, I would say so.
It's very important.
But first of all, like, what are the let's just break it down.
Okay.
So we know it's important.
Yes.
You know, because the whole body, you shouldn't neglect any part of it. But
okay.
What factors could we identify that pretty much allows us to see that our emotional state is not in the best conditions, you know? Like what signs should we tell that our body is telling us? Like I have a few, but I want to hear yours.
I have like neglecting yourself, like you neglect like the way that you feel for the sake of others. I know I do that. Like, pretty much, trying to make other people happy. Sometimes it makes you unhappy because it's a conflict of interest. It's a conflict of interest. So pretty much like, let's say that somebody wanted me personally to go to like a party, you know what I mean? They wanted me to go to a party and I'm not really a party type. Mm-hmm. And then, I go to the party anyways, like, pretty much like it would like, I don't know, it would bother me, but I would do it for the other person anyways, you know what I mean? So in a way I'm neglecting the way that I feel about, my preference or my comfortability, honestly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when something interrupts your comfortability, that could be a sign of potential emotional distress or harm to yourself, I think for me, I think that when you feel as if someone wants too much from you, that over expectations of someone else wanting from you,
I see,
can possibly be a factor of emotional issues, because you're always looking to meet this person's expectation.
That's true.
And now it's emotionally like a race that you're trying to beat, the same race over and over and over and over again with this thing.
But it's crazy because you're trying to do something because you emotionally care about this person, right? You emotionally care about this person, so you're doing this for the sake of that person, but you're also going against yourself, and that's causing you emotional harm as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's like it's really a conflict of interest, and it's I don't know. It's
because you want to give, you want to, you love that person, so you want to provide the things that that person will want.
You're doing this willingly. Yeah, this is not like against your will or anything.
Exactly.
Like that.
So even going to a party, you're doing it willingly.
That's right.
For the other person.
But at the same time, you're just totally out of place. Like, well, I'm totally like out of place or whatever. Like being around a lot of people at one time, like, like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think the expectation part is because you're always, okay, I didn't meet this expectation. Right. So now I got to meet this expectation. I didn't meet this expectation. Now you're steady just going through the whole ropes every single time, trying to adjust your own personal self.
Right.
To meet someone else's expectations.
Right.
And it starts to wear on your own emotional well-being.
That's right.
Yeah. So when it comes to those things, though, how important is it to step back and like recognize? Because you can get all these from different individuals. It's like crowd in on your emotional state. You
gotta self-evaluate yourself. Like, are you doing more harm than good? Because of sometimes the other person don't even know, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're just doing it or whatever, and they don't even know that you're going through all this harm, you know what I mean? Yeah. Emotional harm. And then pretty much you continue to do it, you know what I mean? You don't step back and kind of look at the whole picture and see like, why do you feel so bothered by this, or why is this upsetting you? So like, because you're doing something because you want to do it, I want to go to this place with the person that asked me to go, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then why am I not enjoying myself when I'm there, or so on, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
another thing I think that should be, like you said, self-evaluated is the fact of like, why.
Okay.
You know your reasoning.
Okay.
But you don't know the other person's reasoning. You don't know what causes sometimes emotion is withholding the information.
Oh yeah, you gotta share, you gotta communicate.
Yeah, because you don't understand how that other person take it.
That's right.
So you're withholding this information or these feelings, even after you've kind of self-evaluated just a little bit, but now you're just keeping it in, and now so now it's another step where you have to go ahead and let that individual know.
Yeah, exactly what you're feeling.
What you're feeling.
Even though they was probably enjoying their stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah. And I also think that when you put too much pressure on yourself, you know what I mean? Like, I really need this promotion, or I really need to be here and do this, or let's say that you're taking care of your mother or your, you taking care of all these things and not taking care of yourself. You know what I mean? And then pretty much, that can cause some emotional toll on you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you have to, balance. But you do need balance. Mm-hmm. But, most people don't realize they're in that emotional, I'm going to say jail.
Emotional loop, for sure.
Yeah, emotional prison until they have that breakdown.
Because you're really trying to satisfy yourself as well as satisfying them, you know what I mean? So sometimes you push yourself aside to satisfy the other person.
Which is not wrong. Because there's times and there's moments when that is doable.
Yeah, you don't want to be a self-absorbed person. You don't want to be, just caring about yourself. So it's okay to do that. But you have to know how much you're able to take, you know what I mean?
Right.
What is your capacity of that, you know what I mean? So me going to a party or event or going around a lot of people, like, that's fine, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But let's say I'm going to somewhere like that all the time and then now I'm just bottled up, you know what I mean? That could be like a big problem, you know what I mean? Yeah. But you also can you can give yourself self-harm too, or have emotional problems, you know what I mean? You can have your own emotional problems with yourself, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Because I know that I put a lot of pressure on myself to get things done, to do these goals I put on myself, you know what I mean? Yeah. And then like when I don't get them done, and then it just makes me want to work harder, you know what I mean? It makes me want to do more, but I'm not giving myself a break, you know what I mean? Like I'm always thinking, I'm always trying to do something new, you know what I mean? And I don't really take a step back to actually understand, like, I'm probably doing myself more harm than good.
So when is it safe to say it's okay to point the finger at another person for your own emotional state?
I think that it's safe to point your finger at another person when you literally told this person how you felt about the situation, or how you feel, like, where's your emotional state that you understand, you know what I mean? And this person still keep on bombarding you with the thing that you're uncomfortable with, you know what I mean? I think that's where the problem lies at. The problem lies at when you let somebody know you literally had a dialogue with this person or had a conversation with this person, you know what I mean? And this person just disregarded what you said because of their own comfortabilities. They enjoy you being here, or they enjoy you doing this with them, even though you told them and let them know that you're totally uncomfortable with that.
So even though you can't point the finger if that person don't know.
Yeah, nah. I don't think that you can point the finger because they're just doing what's natural for them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How can you have a problem with somebody that doesn't even know that they're causing you harm, or they don't even know, you know what I mean? Some things is not as visual or obvious that you might think, you know what I mean? So you kind of got to open your mouth and let this person know. And sometimes if you open your mouth, it's not good enough. They sometimes be like, oh yeah.
Dang, my throat is killing me.
Sometimes they be like they think you're joking, they don't know how serious it is. They don't know how serious you are about what you're saying, you know what I mean? Because to them, like, I can go to parties all day, that's nothing, I can do that. And then you're right here telling me that it's a problem. They don't understand it. You got to get them to understand it.
Yeah. And that's a tough cookie to get someone to understand, because now you're taking away something they enjoy. Now you're invading their comfortability with you, though. You know, and there could be things that you're giving this person too. That I always feel like how they say a closed mouth don't get fed.
Right.
And it don't. But at the same time, it's like snacking. It's like you have to snack. You have to like snack with. You can't just present the whole meal at once to that person.
Oh, I got you. I was about to say, you got to elaborate. You got to give me more. But you're saying that you can't just give them the whole meal at one time, like saying, you know what? I hate going to parties with you, bro. You always, and they be like, what the heck, bro?
Because
I never knew.
Because now you're a factor in now how you affect that person's emotion.
Okay, so you're telling them to give them little by little, like, hey, bro, I don't really like going out all the time to parties and stuff. Like, like little by little.
Like, exactly. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with giving a piece of something, allowing that person to understand it. And then once you understand that person understands, to move on and give them another piece.
Okay. But and then you're going through all this emotional distress while this person is still trying to comprehend what's going on. They're still trying to figure out. So that's kind of complex.
It is complex. But you just stir up more emotional,
this is when you obviously care about the other person, and then you don't want to bother them or cause them harm, you know what I mean, and mess up their enjoyment.
But you've recognized though, like you've had time to self-evaluate and recognize what's causing your emotional, distress. This person, you're bringing it to that person's attention.
People is just doing what is fun for them, you know what I mean? And then they're trying to do that with other people that they care about, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's the way that people do it. Like people don't understand how much emotional distress they cause one another.
Of course.
The people that literally you care about is the ones that really can cause it, And I don't think they think that, like, people that say, I love you, why would I want to hurt you? But they don't realize that they have the key to actually hurt you.
Right.
If anybody, they got the main key.
Right.
But in their eyes, it's like, I love you. I would never do nothing to hurt you. But along the way, you're constantly.
They don't even know.
Hurting the people that you care about.
They don't even know, though.
I know. And that's the part where you dig yourself, so that person continues to get so deep into that emotional prison. Then they give up on life, or they no longer, enjoy the things they enjoyed. And then that's how you end up in a depression. Yeah. Because this person believes they not hurt, but they don't realize that they actually have the key to hurt you.
That's true.
Yeah. They really do. They got the main key.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's just really important to, like you said, speak up.
Yeah, you gotta let them know.
You gotta.
That's the hard part too, because of if this person is totally enjoying whatever is going on or whatever is being said, whatever, and you let them know that you're in total opposition to that, it's a problem. Now you're causing them emotional distress, kind of in a way. You know what I mean? Like if you do it in the right way, and then you can both come to terms and do something else, or But at the same time, this person is only doing this because they enjoy it as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you're telling them pretty much you're against that, or you're not into that.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
It is a problem.
Yeah.
But it's the same thing. Just going back to individual. How you can bring your own self emotional distress by not feeling like you're reaching the goals that you
for sure
you could. And not only do we battle with our own emotional endeavors and our up and down roller coasters, but other people do add the extra 10 pounds to it, when you allow them to. But, how do we learn how to get out of the emotional roller coaster within ourselves?
I think first you got to find yourself, to be honest. And everybody say that, but at the same time.
Yeah, that sounds real cliche.
It's the truth, though.
What is finding yourself? You can't tell a 20-year-old, 18-year-old, you got to find yourself. You can't. They just now figuring out what they can do. They just now figuring out what they can
Sometimes
do.
You do stuff just because it's natural for you. But and then you have to really figure out what is really enjoyable. What do you want out of life? That's finding yourself. What do you want out of life? What do you want to do? That changes,
though.
It does.
That probably doesn't fully
You're not the same
develop
person
until about 35, probably.
I'm not the same person. Like, I used to talk to my mom, or I still do talk to my mom about this. Like,
that's your favorite story.
Yeah, I'm not the same person that I used to be. You know what I mean? I'm just not.
You're not, but Exactly. So how do you? When do you?
But you can continue to find yourself. You don't have to find yourself one time. Like if we play hide and seek, if I find you one time and then the game is over, no. Like you go back hide and then find again. Like you can continue.
Now you hide.
Yeah, you continue to find yourself. Like you continue to do this. So I consider finding yourself, figuring out what you want out of life. What's important to you? What's not important to you? What do you want to do? Why do you want to do that? You know, how are you going to do it? You know what I mean? So if I wanted to be a pianist or something like that, and I want to play a piano or whatever, just because I learned how to play a piano doesn't mean that I can't learn how to play the guitar. You know what I mean? I can do different things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but let's say that you wanted me to play drums or something like that. I'm like, and I do it for the sake of you, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like I should really tell her that, you know, I really want to learn how to play a piano. You know what I mean? I really want to learn how to play the guitar. And I feel like I'm not using my time wisely because this is what I want to do, but you want to play drums with me. You know what I mean?
Right.
It can be overbearing over time. You know what I mean? Like it can be okay just to do it here and there. So I know what you like. You like to play drums, but you don't know what I like. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that pretty much I just gotta let you know. I gotta find myself and then let you know what I found. You know what I mean? And then, you know, but I gotta do it in a respectful way, because if I just say I hate playing drums, now I'm causing you harm. Like, dang, like bro, right. I never knew that.
So we're talking about, you know, more of a personal, emotional prison, and the people that we allow in our lives, the most important people who do cause it within and also ourselves. So when you say find yourself, how could the newer generation, because they got social media, they live in their new lives pretty much in front of a camera, in front of a lot of people, all the time. How do they take time to find themselves?
I think what them people have to do is they have to be able to have tough skin, because, you know, they want to share their journey. They really do. But at the same time, sharing your journey with people, people is going to have all type of opinions on that journey that you're sharing. You know what I mean? So they're already doing something. For them to get in front of this camera and then show the world this thing, it got to be something that made them do that in the first place. But they're just not ready for the backlash. You know what I mean? They're not ready for all the opinions and stuff like that. You know, they thought it was going to be... Their
emotional state is not even... Like, how much can you actually get prepared for that, you know?
I think that if you really enjoy what you're doing, right?
But when your maturity is not even reached the level of what it needs to be.
Well, you're asking me, what do I think about the new generation? Yes. How would they get prepared? So you just answered it in a way. Pretty much they have to get more mature. They have to get tougher skin, because you're going to share something and then all type of stuff is going to happen. You know what I mean? Some stuff is not going to be as taken highly. You know, people are going to look down. They're going to say all type of stuff about it. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. And you gotta, if you know within yourself, this is how you really feel, they can make you feel any other way. Yeah. You know, they can give an opinion or whatever like that, but that's not going to make you feel like you should stop. You know what I mean? Because that's their opinion.
They don't understand that part.
Well, you said that a new generation got it. That's what I think they have to do. I think that they have to first recognize within themselves that this is what they care about, and they're doing it for themselves first.
For themselves first.
Yeah, they're doing it for themselves first, and they're sharing it with the world.
And I think that's what you said right there. I think that's what it is. A lot of them are not doing it.
No, they're doing it for the world.
Themselves.
They're doing it for everybody else. Yes, they're doing it for and then the response is what they want.
The response, exactly. But the response is not always what they expect for it to come back to them.
For sure.
So then it's just weighing on the emotional state. Yeah. You know, because we were talking about people that hold the key. Right. You know, having an effect on us. But now we didn't switch, you know, cards and talking about the people that barely knows you, but knows who you are through the internet. And those people also could hold the key.
I was about to say, I like the way you just said that example. Like, I think that you need to hold your own emotional key. I think that most people give their keys to other people. Yeah. They give their keys to other people, and the person don't even know that they hold their emotional key, and they don't even know what doors they're unlocking with that key. You know what I mean? I think that if you got your emotional key, you can allow these doors to open and these doors to be closed, because you're in control. But then you give everybody else your control. When you give somebody else the keys, you give them the control. It's like
they
somebody
just start spiraling out. They in there in keys trying to force it to open the door, and then boom, your key then broke. Now you then
and you're stuck.
You stuck, and now you gotta try to repair your key. It's just a lot,
for sure. So I think you have to do it. You have to acknowledge yourself first. That's what I'm saying. That's so saying the cliche that you need to find yourself. I think that pretty much you have to acknowledge how you feel, because some people don't acknowledge how they feel first. So, they fight against it for the sake of everybody else. You know what I mean?
Else, yeah.
If they really this type of person, or they have this type of thing that they're into, and then their family is totally against it, or whatever, whatever it is, they go against it for their family or for the people that they care about. Yeah. But I think that they need to acknowledge. First, they need to acknowledge that, okay, this is who I am. This is how I feel. Where to go next? You know what I mean? Yeah. And then they start vocalizing, letting other people know that they really hold dear, that is close to them. And then if that person is really, hold them dear too, they're gonna work with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not gonna just give up on them just because of one thing.
Yeah, I think exactly.
If you really care.
Yeah, if you really care, for sure.
Yeah, you're gonna fight. You're gonna
try
fight
to get that
it.
person help.
Yeah.
Or not really help.
You're gonna try to help that person. You're gonna reevaluate. I mean, not reevaluate yourself, but you're gonna make changes for sure. You're gonna make changes for the sake of your relationship with that person for sure. And this is going on with brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, friends, spouses, whatever. This goes with everybody.
Yeah, for sure. Like, and there's not many people or places that you can go to get that.
Right.
People don't have those resources all the time.
No.
To get people in there, that actually do have that mindset.
You have to have you have to be a strong individual or have strong individuals around you to kind of because you don't even know. It's hard for, like you said, like a lot of these young people, they don't even know what's going on. You know what I mean? They just feel these things. Yeah. They don't even know what to do with it.
They don't even know what it is.
And they don't have somebody to let them know or to, and then that's why a lot of people get like psychiatrists and therapists, because them people get them to express themselves, to get them to understand and see it themselves.
Yeah, but then you have to, like I said earlier, you have to, or what you said, reach out to those people.
Yeah.
And I think younger people take it to the internet. Again, I feel something, I don't understand what it is. They go on the internet and then social media don't help them. You have some people who's trying to help them, but they get washed out or washed down. But then you don't see those people that's actually trying to help. You see all the negative comments.
Well, you're also saying like the new school people, pretty much, what do? We go straight to Google when I don't know how. If I don't know how to work on fix something on the car, I go to Google or I go to YouTube to figure it out immediately. So this new generation is doing that for their emotional well-being.
And yes.
So they put something like whatever they put, what I mean, and then pretty much they expect for the answers to come. But and then it's all type of stuff. What I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It's just a whole nother
Yeah, so it's not as simple as saying, how do I fix my toilet, and then having a tutorial video, you know what I mean? But that's why we're here, right? That's why we're here, to be that tutorial video for y'all, for real. Yeah, that's why I'm just letting y'all know. I'll let y'all know.
That's funny.
So yeah, they don't have them. They don't have that tutorial video,
Yeah, it's too many tutorials, to be honest, and every tutorial ain't the same, and it's okay, but it's too many.
When it comes to your emotional, it is way too many opinions. You got to acknowledge yourself, or that's like, it might sound self-absorbed, or but I think it's self-consciousness. You know yourself, you know this about yourself, you know what I mean? And then you start making changes because of what you know. And then you have to be okay with people not accepting you. Oh yes, too. Everybody you have to be okay with that. Oh yeah, totally. Like I'm only saying the good part. Like you tell somebody and then they're gonna it's not gonna always work like that. You have to be okay with people not accepting you being who and you still have found out that who you are, and still doing what's right for you though. Yes, still doing you can't tag along everybody with you. Exactly. I was just about to say something like that. If you gotta drop them, you have to. You gotta drop them. Yeah. If you gotta separate yourself. If you do better in smaller crowds or by yourself,
do that. You know,
but at least give them a chance, though. At least give the people a chance. If you care about this person, you want this people to be along with your life journey with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you know, you have to weigh it out.
Yeah, you weigh it out. You weigh everything out. It's all about balance.
Yeah, you gotta weigh it out. You know, because some people ain't gonna appreciate, you know, who you genuinely are.
Oh yeah,
you know, because it doesn't fit their.
They got accustomed to who you are on the outside. So for you just to change yourself and just go over a new leaf like that, like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's going to catch them off guard.
For sure.
Yeah. But when you care, like I said, like when you really care about somebody, you change anyways. You know, you try your best.
You try your best.
You try your best to change and adapt, at least. Adapt. You know, I'm not telling you to change yourself for the sake of others. I'm not telling you that, but I'm telling you that, you know, you do adapt to still be able to do stuff and be with this person or be around this person. You know what I mean? Even if you're in total opposition, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's possible.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a lot. Well, it's really, like we said, it's important to take care of your emotional
well-being
state.
Well-being.
You have to get out of, when you see yourself getting clink with them handcuffs before you even get to the jail, that's when you need to really start self-evaluating yourself, right. You know, and stuff like that. Like, one handcuff get on there, you know. If you go to jail, once you know Popo pull up, you know, shoot, you know. So you got to start with your emotional being, you got to just be aware of that too. Like, right. You know, once somebody comes into your space and you know, like, oh shoot, like, you know, don't let them put them handcuffs on you, or don't let society, whatever it may be, like, don't let them put a handcuff on you, because after that, you might go to the prison, you know, you might actually go down. Now what? You know, now it's bigger. So just be aware of it. So
that's our take.
That's my take.
That's your take. That's our take. Because I agree with what you're saying. You feel me?
Yeah. So if y'all agree, or what y'all got something to say, y'all experienced it, have y'all came to that self, you know, evaluation?
Have you?
What have y'all done? Let us know in the comments. You know, we on YouTube, and listen to our podcast.
And listen to it if you want to.
But you can watch the video on YouTube if you want to.
That's right. But until next time, we are out. Deuces.